Whoa, let's learn stuff. Generative AI as a resource for completing the MK331 Marketing Plan Paper project. I talked about four resources, so library, website, um, the librarians, the writing center, and then the fourth one is some kind of generative AI. So, for example, I have Chat GPT. So it's not. So my view of that is, I don't want you all to use it to write a complete paper because I really don't feel like reading an algorithms or a robots paper, right? Like what's the point in turning in a paper like that? Like how are you gonna learn anything? But at the same time, I know that one of the skills that employers will be looking for is how is it that you use Chat GPT to help with your work. And in this class, it could be really helpful as a brainstorming tool, for example. So I wanted to go back to that restaurant example. So I might say, oh, this is the other part with Chat GPT or any kind of generative AI is that it's really about the prompts. So it's going beyond what you're used to doing with Google, for example, where you just did generic kind of search terms. It's about asking the right questions and really training your AI to know what it is you're looking for. So you might even start the conversation as, I want to start a restaurant business in Athens, Alabama. Can you help me with some great ideas, please? And I've also learned that you want to be nice to AI, right? Because you never know, like they might become Terminator someday, and you want to make sure they remember you. I've also heard that if you bribe them with Taylor Swift tickets or things like that, that you might get better answers too. So you might try that. Okay, so here we go. So see, as part of my brainstorming session, like it started giving me ideas. Like, what about Southern comfort food with a modern twist? Like, oh, okay, yeah, that sounds good. Or what about farm to table or global fusion? So I know there was this restaurant in Huntsville, right? That was Asian and something else. Oh, and then like I drove past Rogersville, Alabama the other day. There was a Mexican and Japanese restaurant. So that was interesting. And then there's all these different ideas there. And from there, you could look further down and ask, like, okay, I want to do this. What can we do with that? So it's a great tool for that purpose. And then imagine once you have this idea, Southern comfort food, well, you could go back to your library database and start researching further, like statistics about that, industry reports, and so on. So that's the last resource I wanted to talk about.